We are off on the trail. This is the start of it. That's the visitor center over there. Let's see how this goes. That's the first orange blaze of the trail. And this is the end of civilization for the next few days. They say this is the hardest trail, the hardest 30 miles in Florida, and perhaps the East Coast. I hope not. We'll find out. It's hot out here. I am not sure how far I've gone. Maybe a mile. This is what it looks like though. The breeze is kind of nice. You can't really watch what's around you because you got to keep your eyes on the ground. All right. This is where we make our turn into the wilderness. Oh man, am I done yet? This is what the trail looks like. A lot of it with deep holes, ankle breakers. At least it's not underwater right now. It's kind of a nice place in here. Shadow, shade. Gotta be careful where I walk though. I think it's too hot out here for anything right now. Only idiots like me. All right, I'm at mile marker 13 or 3. God, I wish it was 13. 3. I just met a really nice guy named Dave. He's with the Florida Trails Association. He gave me a bottle of Gatorade and gave me my trail name. Not yet. All right, I'm gonna move forward from here. I don't know how well we can see this, but I'm right about here. I gotta come up this trail to 7 Mile, take another good break, then go another 2.1 miles to 10 Mile. And then tomorrow I'll try to make it up here to Oak Hill. And then from Oak Hill on Monday to my truck. I ran into my second person out here today. I'm feeling pretty rough right now. I think it's heat exhaustion. I'm almost at mile marker 4 out of 30. Tomorrow's supposed to be cooler. And then Monday's even cooler than that. I shouldn't have started in the heat of the sun, that's for sure. I'm gonna try to keep going. Take a nice long rest at Camp 7 and try to make it to Camp 10 tonight. There's supposed to be water there. Alright. Oh, I had to lay down for a minute. It's cooling down a little bit out here, but it's hotter than hell. I've gone about 4 miles. I walk 3 miles every night in an hour without a problem. 4 miles on this trail's about killed me. Anyway, I think I'll stop at Camp 7 tonight. It's about 2.5 miles up. I'm gonna shut my eyes for a minute here. Let it cool down some. I take another break. Dehydration's kicking in bad. The cramps are really bad right now. In my legs and my neck. I think I got about a mile to go before I'm at the campsite. But there's no water at that campsite. And I'm down to about maybe a third of a liter. So I'm just gonna make my tent up when I get there and crawl in and go to sleep. Get up early tomorrow. Try to get to Camp 10, which is a couple of miles further down the trail. They're supposed to have water there, so I'll get some water there and drink up. Oh man, this is a killer. To top it off, my phone just died. So when I get to camp, I'll have to plug it in to my energy bank and see if I can't charge it up. Man, this is a killer. All right, I made it to camp number 7. Camp mile 7. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's kind of... This is me over here. There's a picnic table here. There's only one picnic table on the campsite. It's got a fire ring, but since I'm the only person here, I don't guess there's going to be anybody else here to use it. If they want to use it, I'll let them use it. I'm just going to sleep right there in my tent. This is the area. It's actually really nice out. The wind is blowing, so there's a nice breeze. The temperature's starting to get down some. I'm pretty beat. I'm probably gonna sit and watch the sun go down. I don't have a whole lot of water left. Watch the sun go down and go to bed. I'll talk to you in the morning. Alright, camp's pretty much broke down. I'm trying my other shoes today because my feet are so blistered and bottom of my feet are torn up. I don't really have blisters, but maybe one huge blister on my whole bottom of my foot. Anyway, drying the tent off. Condensation was bad this morning. It's kind of pretty morning though. Slept pretty well. Got almost 12 hours in. Got up a half a dozen times with cramps or whatnot, normal night stuff. But it was quiet here. I had music playing. Downside, my battery charger is dead. So it looks like this is my last charger. Once my batteries run out, they're down for good. Anyway, checking out. Gonna head about 2.5 miles north. There should be another camp with water. It's a Cypress Dome. Hopefully it's not dry. If it's dry, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, I'll figure it out then. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, but I appear to got my first snake on the trail, and it looks like it's a little pygmy rattler. As you can see, I'm this close to stepping on it before I realized what was there. Blended in pretty good, but I want to walk around this way and give it a wide berth. I wasn't sure exactly where the cypress dome with the water was. Seeing a dome nearby to the south, I decided to check it out. To light my load, I left my backpack, one of my hiking poles, and my digital camera behind, taking only my empty water bottles, my GoPro, phone, and a single hiking pole. Looking at the map, you can see a cypress dome southeast of the camp. I made my way into it, but didn't find any easy water source. Eventually, I dug a seep well and managed to fill 2 bottles. However, once inside the dome, everything looked the same and I lost my sense of direction. I wasn't too worried. I knew I'd entered from the west, and since the trail ran north to south, heading west would lead me back to the trail. The problem was, when I emerged from the dome, I was further north than I realized. I walked west and found the trail, but 10 Mile Camp, along with all my belongings, was actually south of me. It's a real bad day today. I made it to Campground 10 this morning, and I went out that way to get water. I didn't find any, so I dug a ditch. Dug me a seep hole. Get nice and muddy water out of it. I'll run that through my filter. Yeah, nice and muddy water. The problem is, when I got done, I had work my way up that way. And when you're dehydrated, you can't think straight. My GPS did tell me where the trail was, so I did get back on the trail. But it also told me my camp was north, so I went north. My camp was south. So I did not know where I was. I went north, then I went back south, then I went back north, then I collapsed. I think I actually had a full-blown heat stroke. I ended up there for, I don't know, 3 hours maybe. And I tried to at least move into the shade. My thinking really was, it was in the middle of the day, it was hotter than hell. It's best I just sit in the shade. I drank some muddy water, filtered it out with my shirt as much as I could. I made it back to my camp. It's taken me an hour or so to get enough energy to set camp. Sun's going down over my shoulder. I'm gonna go lay down. The good news is, storms are supposed to go through the night, which means I should collect water. And as bad as the storms are supposed to be, I should be able to get at least enough water to get me back to normal and some for the road tomorrow. I'm just gonna head south, down back to Oasis. I got what I wanted to do. I spent a couple nights out in the swamp, but I can't go on. There's no way I could finish it tomorrow. So, anyway, I'm signing off and going to bed. Hopefully the rain wakes me up around 2:30. I'm sacked out for the night. And I'm hoping that rain starts early. And I'm hoping it's as bad as they say it is. I'm gonna supposedly drop 1/4 of an inch of rain, which would give me so much water to drink. I could get caught up on that. Anyway, good night. Oh, I did forget to mention that somehow my backpack today got set down in ants. So when I put it in the tent, Hillside down there. Got, I don't know, 20, 30 ants in there. I sprayed them with bug spray. I think they're all dead. But I got a few bites on my feet. So, just to add to the misery. Another day in paradise, I suppose. I got this much mud water left in the from the seep hole yesterday. It rained last night. Maybe 20 minutes if I'm lucky. But I hadn't spread out my emergency blankets to catch as much water as I could. I probably caught a cup or a cup and a half. So at least I got that. This morning I pretty much licked all the condensation off my tent. There's a lot more water on your tent in the morning than you actually think. Alright, well, I'm almost hiked up. I got packed up. I got to pack my tent up. It's all broke down. I just have to fold up the tent and put it in the bag. And then I'm ready to go. So, hope this adventure turns out all right. I think it will. All right. 9 miles to safety. All right, I packed up camp. Over there is the dome I went to yesterday. That's probably where the water is, but I ain't gonna check.
Not only did I check, but I actually did find water. The problem? I wasn't the only one who found it. As I approached the small pond, I startled a massive 8 to 10 foot alligator, sending it splashing into the water. It had clearly made this pond its home. The pond was only about 20 feet wide, which meant getting water wasn't exactly the safest idea, but I was thirsty. After taking the picture, I stuffed my camera back in my pocket and focused on the real challenge, getting water without becoming a meal. To keep my distance, I attached a bottle to the end of my walking pole and slowly crept forward towards the edge. As I moved in, the gator submerged. At first, I could see its snout. But as I dipped the bottle into the water, the snout disappeared. Then bubbles rose to the surface where the snout was, and they were moving towards me. I quickly filled the bottle and backed away, deciding not to tempt fate by filling a second bottle. I figured a second bottle wasn't worth the risk. Without hesitation, I turned and made my way back to 10 Mile Camp as fast as I could.
I got the water. Alright, I'm going to take the alligator water. I put it up here. The other one I used in a seep well, which I believe worked because I'm not sick. So now I'm going to boil this to make sure it's healthy. Good to eat, drink. That'll give me almost a liter. I can go ahead and drink some of that, half of that probably. Save the other half for the trail until I meet Star. Alright. Should take a couple of minutes, I suspect. Better fold out these handles while they're still cold. It's got about 24 ounces in it. It's right there, about 24 ounces. I'm going to go ahead and let this burn. Should be a couple minutes. Probably ought to put it in this bottle. This was the one that was with the seep well, not back in the bottle that I just got it in. Now the trick is going to be trying to get it into the bottle. It's pretty rapid. Give it another minute. Oh man, who knew alligator water would taste so good? Fuck. Oh my gosh. It's pretty clear too. little bit of mud in the bottom, but wow. I'm gonna drink this, put the rest in a bottle, and head on out. Hopefully I can get a few miles in before I have to stop. At least it's cool out right now. I made it to another ATV type crossing. So I called 911 and I told them exactly where I was. I asked if they could send someone from the park out to get me. And she said that they're coming to get me. Star's a half an hour.
Hello, Officer Muller, National Park.
Hi, this is Tom. I think you just tried to call me.
That's correct, Tom. How are you doing today?
I've been better. Not better yesterday, though.
All right.
I just need a ride back to the visitor center. I've been low on water for 2 days. I mean, just...
You're fine. We're in the area.
Oh, okay.
We're going to pick you up.
Do you have water with you?
We'll get you something.
I think the last 2 days I've been dealing with heat stroke real bad. I just kind of passed out yesterday. So I don't want that again today. So I got to this trail and I thought the best thing to do was see if someone could pick me up and take me in. Because like I said, I'm dehydrated as hell.
How old are you?
I'm 58 and I'm 100 pounds overweight. So, I mean, I kind of know my body well enough to know where I'm at. And if it goes much further, it's going to be bad. But I don't think I'm there yet. I think I'm all right if I could just get to the visitor center, to my wife and the water and air conditioner and just a chair for hours.
Okay. Any heart history?
No.
Okay. All right. So we're a couple hours out.
All right.
We'll make our way towards you. This is my phone number. If you need to stay where you are, don't move.
Okay. All right.
If you get stay on the trail, look for us. We're in a white Jeep, but we should be able to get you pretty easily.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll see me. I'll be hanging out. Just don't run over me if I'm asleep.
Gotcha, sir. Yeah, sounds good there. Look at the map now.
You should be there in about less than an hour.
Less than an hour, yeah.
All right. Sounds awesome. I'm going to call my wife. She's, like I said, freaking out at the visitor center. All right. I'll see you guys soon. All
Yes,
right.
sir. Thanks.
Bye. Oh, fuck. I got an ATV or something pulling up right now.
Okay.
Good?
I'm not. They're coming to get me from that side, though.
Okay.
So I think I'm all right.
Who's coming to get you?
The park rangers. You guys wouldn't have any extra water on you, would you? I'm like sucking down alligator juice.
Come here, I'll give you some of this pepper.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
What's your life?
Really appreciate it.
Set that bottle and put the ice in it.
Probably will. All right, guys, take it easy out there.
Alright,
I don't know if you guys caught that, but an ATV swamp guy just went by. That's it. He gave me some Dr. Pepper and some ice. I drank the Dr. Pepper. I don't know if the sugar will help me or hurt me, but man, it tasted good. The park ranger's on his way. Probably within the next hour. He'll be here to pick me up and take me back to where Star's waiting for me. And a lot of water. Oh my God. I could sleep for a week. I'm thinking once I get water in me, I'll start feeling better. Anyway. At least I did the one thing smart. I stopped on a trail, a park trail,
called 911 and told them exactly where I was. I told them I didn't want an ambulance. I just needed the park rangers out to pick me up, and they're coming out to get me. So, I ruined their day, but maybe they'll save mine.
The rangers found me lying on the trail exactly where I said I would be. They picked me up, gave me some water, and drove me back to Star and the visitor center. During the ride, they told me I was pretty much doomed from the start. When I first set out, the park employees had said that I needed at least 2 liters of water per day, but they assured me I'd be fine since I had a filter to purify swamp water. What they were unaware of at the time, and so didn't mention, was that there was no swamp water to filter. The last 10 miles of the trail, which is usually thigh deep in water, was completely dry, so even if I had made it further down the trail, I was destined to run out of water eventually. I never truly appreciated how essential water is until I had to go without it. Star did have a ton of ice cold water waiting for me when I got to the visitor center, and on the drive home, I drank at least a gallon of it. To make things worse, I hadn't eaten all weekend. The trail mix I brought ended up attracting the red ants, and the rest of my meals required water to cook. No water meant no food. The day after I got home, I stepped on the scale and saw that I had lost over 10 pounds. My feet were covered in solid blisters, and every muscle ached from carrying the weight of the backpack. People have called me a fool for going, saying I'm too old, too out of shape, that I didn't bring enough water, that I should have taken someone else with me. But I don't see it that way. Would I do it again? Probably not. At least if I want to stay married, I won't. But I don't regret it for a second. I would have loved to take my wife on this adventure, but she's too smart to go, and honestly, there's something about being alone in nature that just feels right. If you've never done it, you won't truly understand. I'm grateful I took the chance, but now my sights are set on something new. Stay tuned and see what's next.